Normally I'm referred in by a CPA firm or an attorney or some financial person has contact with the prospective seller with whom I've had prior dealings. I like to go meet with the seller. I like to get the whole ownership group together, hear about the company, understand what their expectations are, what their timing is, what the motivation for sale, and in general understand what they're wanting to accomplish by engaging me. Generally, I will leave that meeting with 3 to 5 years of income tax returns and financial statements, and I will do some analysis to see if their expectations might be accomplished in the marketplace. If that's the case and I'm satisfied and they want to do business with me, we enter an engagement letter, and that's generally a 3 or 4 page letter that says what the seller will do, what the buyer will do, when I'm paid, how much the fee is. If that's executed and we go forward, I accumulate enough material to prepare a confidential offering memorandum. That is then distributed to prospective buyers. It's posted as a teaser on national and international databases, and the marketing process begins. We work out the confidentiality agreement with the seller so that there's not an inadvertent breach of confidentiality. When I receive an inquiry from a prospective party, I make that known to the seller or the seller contact, if that's not the seller himself. And we determine whether or not there's any problem with giving information to that prospective buyer. And the marketing process continues, and as letters of intent or other indications of interest are received, I communicate regularly with the seller, and we determine again whether or not those offers are worth countering or we move on to the next buyer. I assist the seller in selecting the transaction team. The transaction team normally involves a tax accountant. I don't give tax advice. It normally involves an attorney. Again, I'm not an attorney. That's not my role in the transaction. We review all the closing documents. We proceed to get all the documents necessary for the transaction to close and the transition, and we proceed through the closing. If you have any other questions about the transaction or how it might flow, give me a call.